Hey guys, welcome back. BGC Care here, and we're back with the third and final video of our Flashpoint Batman series, showcasing him as each of the roles in a team: specialist, damage dealer,
Can
tank.
I say I love the thumbnails?
Thank you, appreciate it. But so this is the third video of that. I guess the fifth video in the How to Build MP Team series.
Right, and this is actually a continuation. Like, we've been sort of rehashing some of the stuff we did about a tank and a basic damage dealer, and now we're actually going to specialist, which was our planned part 3, which we never got to those many years ago.
Yeah, so we have a slightly different team this time, right?
Right. All right. So, Reds and Superman is our basic damage dealer we've used before.
Yeah.
Because his first special is way better than his second. We've geared him to be a special 1 specialist, and we've used Static as our tank because he is an excellent tank to use the fourth world gear set, and he stuns on his special 1.
And do you know what I think is a little funny? I think that we got rid of our power gen character ability for a specialist team.
Oh, right. So I guess the other thing you could do as an optional loadout, instead of our max stun loadout, you could... Ooh, that was a mistake. I forgot about Arkham Knight Harley. But you could actually gear him, instead of swap out one of the gears, to give him power gen with the Ibis stick, which also boosts the specials. Or you could give him Razzle Ghost Scimitar to give him a bar of power to start.
Yep.
I like this one only because Static is a great staller. Batman's already got 1 bar of power, and he's ready to come in.
Okay, so you got into a little bit of what Flashpoint Batman isn't, but how is Flashpoint Batman geared? What are we taking advantage of?
Oh, okay, sorry. So he's got we showed you the Cloak of Destiny, LexCorp, gauntlets, plus the League of Assassins knives, so that his special 1 does the most damage, and we want the splash damage for League of Assassins. We want the stun chance on the LexCorp gauntlets with also a crit chance on special 1, and the Cloak of Destiny, obviously, for the boost. So if he's coming in and does a special 1, there's a good chance he's not only is going to do a huge amount of damage, but he's going to take a lot of the health away from the opponents who are not in play.
So there we go. And I think with any specialist now, the best strategy is to focus on special 1 and focus on splash damage.
Yeah, it comes faster.
It
comes faster.
It's insane.
All right, so he's not a problem. He will be if he picks no crit damage. And all right, Flashpoint is a basic damage dealer, so it's really important not to take an unblocked combo. Video. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not it's not like some sort of big secret. Some of the strategies I think are relatively obvious, but it's hard to know what just seems obvious to me and what seems obvious to everybody.
And even if it's obvious to a lot of people, that doesn't make it obvious to everybody. And I think it's still important to have that information available for anybody, any level of skill.
All right. What's funny, 20,000 damage each hit. His special actually did less damage to us than his basic damage. All right, so what makes Flashpoint damage by himself such a good character is that he still has
Batman?
Sorry, what did I say?
Flashpoint damage.
Flashpoint Batman have such good potential is that because his destructive blows, even when he's geared as a specialist, he still does a huge amount of basic damage. 16,000. Yeah. I mean, their Flashpoint guy was only doing 20,000, right?
Yeah.
Per hit.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah. Sweet damage. I guess the other option could always be that you gear Flashpoint Batman like all the way for power gen. And then you just do as many specials as you can. But
Batman team.
Oh, that's fun.
A little bit of a theme here.
All right, Riddler's staff. The problem I have when I fight like this, and they're augmented a lot of health, is that I forget who's got the special dodging.
Yeah.
And I need to remember Arkham Knight Batman. I should not do a special 1 on him. So actually, a good strategy is when he's not in, get the Flashpoint Batman special in, because the splash damage will actually
still
take him
affect
down.
Him, yeah.
Sure, that's ideal.
I think that's what the most effective part of splash damage is as long as one person on their team is in a special evader, you can take advantage of your special to...
Yeah. All right, give us energy.
Scarecrow's mask. It's so confusing. Which one's the one?
He's pretty good at basic damage dealer, right?
See, I still think for Scarecrow's mask, they should shuffle the ones that you can't see.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Actually, I was thinking, yeah, that actually would be really cool. So it would be random. What I was thinking, actually, the one downfall of a special one loadout for Flashpoint Batman is that his special one does so... Oh, thank you. That he was stunned and get a freebie in.
Boom.
Is that it's multi-hit, so you're less likely to get all of the splash damage, right? There's going to be a good chance that there'll be sort of an interstitial kind of in-between guys wasted hits.
But yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing to do with Scarecrow's effect.
Oh, he survived it. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Color me surprised.
Because then, all of a sudden, instead of completely useless where it is right now, because if you don't know the order of your guys, you're not paying enough attention anyways.
Right.
It would make things a little bit more confusing, and wouldn't it be like really cool if there was a 1 in 3 chance that it would just swap back to the same dude, and he would just look around confused, and then your swap would be locked out or something like that?
All right, that would be a great. I wonder.
Or even if there's no animation, just like...
No, you know what? Honestly, that would be spectacular. That would be one of those, like, what the hell moments, right? Like when you're playing, and then it would be like, I would, if I saw that, I wouldn't be able to stop laughing.
Well, I don't think you'd even need procedural animation. I think if you just had a bunch of question marks appear all around the person's head, and then they would just stay in.
Or it could be like on Mad Magazine, like the Alfred Newman, like he'd look at the screen and go, "What, me worry?" Okay, that would be...
That would probably break up the flow a little bit, but I think it would still be cool.
Does it break it any more than when Injustice 2 Superman stands there?
Well, it doesn't
right, perfect.
change the speed of anything, I guess. Would that be like a soft stun, where while you're doing that, they could just... if they started hitting you? I just think there's a lot of more interesting stuff they could do with it. Right now it's gimmicky but not useful, which is... we've seen that in their game mechanics sometimes before, right? Gimmicky but not that useful. And there's a lot of gimmicky but useful guys, right? Yeah. Like Shazam when he came out, right? And still now to a certain extent. And Killing Joke Joker, right?
Yeah.
And we're even fighting one right now, right? Tapender. Really good. It's like kind of it's a gimmick, right? But it's an interesting gimmick, and it's a useful gimmick, and it's a fun gimmick. And I feel like right now Scarecrow is not useful, but it could be.
Yeah.
Or at least that facet of it. Are you gonna... Oh, nice, he swapped out, so you don't even have to...
Alright, so this is beautiful, right?
Special. Oh, perfect.
See what I mean? Like,
just dead.
Yeah, it's too bad he blocked, though. Give us your power. Hand it over right there. So he's got 2 bars, which is good. Ah, he blocked. He's got 2 bars, which is good. We'll have to build up the second bar to make it worth it. Otherwise, it might be worth trying to save it for Jessica Cruz. There's our second bar. Thank you. Thank you for obliging.
Oh, Jessica Cruz is already dead. So we'll do the little bit of damage. Nice.
And I know because it doesn't do any damage, getting the maximum output doesn't really make a difference. But I like
practice.
I don't like to get into the habit of not trying, because then sometime when it matters, I might. Well, I probably will forget.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Dang. Was that last one 91,000?
I don't know. I was not paying attention. I was just watching the health go down.
Oh, wow. So that's like a 40,000 per second damage.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good sustained, right? It's not like it's over like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
12 seconds, 480,000. That's all right. A little bit all right.
A lot of damage through specials.
Yeah, so I don't see a lot of... Oh, I was going to say, except for when our crit damage. Like, part of what makes Flashpoint Batman so good is his destructive blows. So when you're facing Red Sun Green Lantern, like we said before, or Arkham Knight Batman, if he picks the no crit damage, you take away a huge part of his passive and what makes him so good. And that's part of the reason why when we talked about gearing him up as a basics guy, that boosting crit damage is not nearly as good as boosting basic damage, which gets multiplied by his destructive blows passive anyways.
Yeah.
So now we really got to be looking at doing a lot of special damage. And we won't get the benefit of the Cloak of Destiny much because they don't get stunned either. And actually, the weakness here is because he's special specialist, he's not going to heal. So static is actually going to be the most important because he's going to be able to. Thank you for the power. Take the power. All right, so we need to do a special 2 because that's going to be the most useful. But we also want to use a special 1 to heal.
Yeah.
Especially now since he's not going to stun. But here he's going to have a second bar right here.
Not quite. Look at that. There's a tiny sliver. I think now he's got it.
Yeah. Well, you know what though? I'm a little bit worried about his health. Oh, there we go. She's giving us some, and now she's stuck, so he's got to be here anyway. So let's. Yeah, for a tank, he's doing a lot of specials, eh?
Yeah. And he's not doing awful. He doesn't have that crazy.
And the good thing is he's immune to the League of Assassins gear. You just saw that, right? He was still on the trapped with the light, but he was able. Oops.
That's a lot of splash damage.
Yeah. He was trapped, but because he can't, he's immune to drain. Wonder Woman or whoever it was did not get any of his power.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to stall a little bit until maybe Flashpoint Batman has a little bit of power, and then you drop him in.
Too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Although I think the recovery now is different, and you don't get health. Thank God for the revive.
Are you sure? I think his portrait got a little less bloody.
I gotta tell you, that's not exactly what I'm watching, but you could be right.
I'm not sure.
All right, this is gonna be a little bit tough. The question now is, do you have to use special 2 and knock him out, or use special 1 and recover some health? Let's take his power.
1 probably. A little bit.
Let's take his power.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you're riding too close to the edge. That's where I usually make a mistake, right? I'm gonna screw up. Is because I think, oh, I could just finish it now, not worry about the health.
And then it turns out that you can't.
Yeah, those are the famous last words.
That's funny. You were beating on him, and he was using his attack so you could the Green Lantern spiked bat was still in his hand, right as you started hitting him.
A lot of good hit does him, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so not that great a fight either. Almost 2 minutes. But that's actually still kind of fun when you feel like you're. It's like driving. I think when you're engaged, it's easier to pay attention. Like it's the whole problem with the Tesla cars where they have the autopilot.
Oh yeah.
They don't call it autopilot, but you stop paying attention. So when something happens, you're not ready to take over.
Yeah, it's true. But did you see the thing where the car predicted an accident a couple seconds before it actually happened?
You were mentioning that. You want to tell me that again?
Basically, the car. There were 2 cars on the highway driving, and the Tesla car. Predicted there was going to be an accident and stopped the car.
Yeah.
Like just ever so slightly faster than any human reaction time would have been possible because they started braking like as it was happening instead of like 4. And so because they saw the different speeds they're going at, it registered that it wouldn't be able to stop the accident in time. Like neither of the cars could actually do anything about it, and it stopped the car. And that's really cool. And what I was reading in the actual article, one of the things they said it was cooler is in that case, the dash cam caught the footage, right?
Right.
So you could tell that the accident was going to happen. But what they say is because it uses radar and it doesn't actually use a camera at all, it would not have mattered how big the car behind and how big the car in front was.
Right.
Even if it was totally obscured and there would literally have been no way for a real driver to tell beforehand, the Tesla autopilot would have still been able to detect the accident and stop just the same way.
And now, with that digression, the point being that when you're playing a game and you actually have to think, all right, now that this is happening, this situation, in this fight, who do I need here and who do I need to tag out? That helps a lot. It's actually a lot more fun that way.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, I think I enjoy it a little bit more when I'm up against it a bit, and I'm down to the last guy, and I've screwed up already a couple times. Not bad. I mean, we're getting into the championship rounds, and that was still only 33 seconds.
Yeah.
And they're all playing a decent role, right? So we're not really using, besides Flashpoint Batman being the special specialist, the other guys who are contributing are, I gotta say, augmentations are really useful. Although I think Static doesn't really have anything augmented at all, which just goes to show you how good he is. All right, so he's the problem. He's the risk. He will have a bar of power. He can tag in, do a huge amount of damage, and splash damage. So either he comes in last, or we need to finish the guy before him and with a multi-hit special 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that Static's going to be that great anyways because he's going to get stunned, he's going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
And do a whole bunch of splash damage. So it'll be a question of tagging at the same time. Maybe using Flashpoint Batman special 1 to finish the guy before. Or we'll hope that he's the third guy in, and then we can still make it with Static. So the first strategy, I guess, is if we can do a special 1 with Batman and do a lot of splash damage so that Luchador Bane comes in really, really weak.
Oh.
Well, that was a special 1.
Nice.
He just tagged in during the special 1. That was a little bit
of
luck.
No need. No need for any of that planning anymore.
There you go.
Guess we got that part down.
Yeah, my heart always races a little bit when I see Bane or Batgirl come in with that kind of loadout.
Man, yeah.
Thank you for the power. And I'm going to return that gift. Sweet.
How about another special, huh?
Yeah,
Well, he's done. Look at that. Perfect. One more hit.
Sweet.
Boom. There we go. So that was the final round. Not too hard.
Yeah, so the point being, this is the question everybody asks us. What's the best loadout for this character? What gears should I use? It always entirely depends on how you play him. So you've seen it. We've loaded him out as a basic damage dealer. We've loaded him out as a tank, and now we've loaded him out as a special specialist. And he works really well in all of them because we're taking advantage of his stats and his passive and his teammates.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Komoda.